Okay, guys, so this is our crawl garden tour, and I'm super excited to show you guys what's going on. It's been a while since we did a tour, and I just want to show you guys how things are looking, the good, bad, ugly. And the first thing you do see is a damaged African blue basil. Now, mind you guys, I want to let you guys know that we grow in different containers, nursery containers, recycled nursery containers, grow bags, smart pot grow bags, even food grade buckets, from 3 gallon containers all the way up to 20. And the first thing you can do see is our herbs section. You're gonna see the herbs. You're gonna see some flower arrangement, berries, figs, citrus, and vegetables. So right now you're looking at a pollinator for the bees, not mostly for the spider mites, white flies, and cabbage moss, but you can see the damage. You can see how bad that looks, guys. We don't eat from this basil. Let me say that now. We don't eat from that, but that's how it looks. We even try to propagate one. It did pretty well for us. But you can see, I'm not gonna lie, it makes me upset. But then too, it's like they need to eat as well, and that's why I don't really spray with neem oil or horticulture oil. I'm trying to allow this to go to seed, and so I'm gonna see what happens. If we have to get another plant started next year, we will. But this sucks because you can see the damage, like pretty bad. BT is great. BT by Bonnie's, I believe it is a great insecticide or pest for pests, or it's organic. I'm not gonna say it's insecticide, but BT is a great thing to use in the garden besides your horticulture oil and neem oil. Okay. Over here is the bay laurel, sweet bay. We don't really we do harvest from this and dry them up, but I try not to mess with it because I like how it looks like a bush almost. Next to it is the Tuscan blue. Okay, right, and then over here is a lavender, English lavender, which is companion planting. This is companion planting in a green, in a grow bag, 20-gallon grow bag. Next to it is the Greek oregano. Okay, I believe this is a 3-gallon container. Next to it is lemongrass that we have 2 years that we use for tea. Ginger we use for everything. You can use the leaves for tea. You can use the root to make a tea. You can use it in your cooking. Sage that's being getting eaten up by the same type of insects. Garlic chives. All right, that's going to seed. We cut and come again for that. Here's the arrangement of the, and I'm sorry for the dirt that you see here. Here's the flower arrangement for the fall, winter month. One of them anyway. This is the viola with the sweet alyssum, star jasmine. That's going to fruit for us. I mean, not going. That's going to flower for us in the spring and the summer. It's doing pretty well. Next to it is our overwinter bell pepper from last year, the green bell. That will be overwinter again. And I love the color because this color reminds me of Christmas when it turns red and you don't want to harvest it. You don't harvest it at all and it turns red. Okay, remember that Christmas is almost on the way. And here next to that is the misty blue. And you can actually grow 2 varieties of blueberries in a 20-gallon container. You can even do a 15-gallon container, but the bigger the container, the better. So, but I just planted this. I just put this one in this container, and it's great to have 2 different varieties. Most people think that blueberries need another variety for it to fruit. It's not necessarily true, but it just helps with competition of growth, growth development. It's something about the bees going from bush to bush. So this is the misty blue. This is the sunshine blue. The misty blue is more sweeter than the sunshine blue, and I like the misty blue. For me, is I like the misty blue. Lady NJ likes the misty blue better, so we always gonna keep these 2 because what we did, we noticed that when you grow from a tree sleeve, you'll see the abundance of growth, and you get to see how it develops. Instead of getting a 5-gallon to a 5-gallon and up, I like to with the bush type of berries, I like to see them grow and mature. That's just my personal experience, my personal take from it. I like this to see the process, and they give off some pretty gorgeous leaves around this season. And you can see, look at that, look at the beautiful growth. You can see the new growth as well in light and color. All right, same thing for the misty blue. And here is a unfinished arrangement. The mums, yellow, orange, and then this has the, these are calengia that's not doing so well. That's not gonna stay there anyway. That was just temporary because it's naked. Here's the other variety, okay, of our flower arrangement. Right here is our figs, guys, and this is the Desert King. Still has fruit on it, a main crop. As you can see, the leaves are starting to wilt, which means, and they're starting to yellow. It's not saying that they don't need no nourishment. It's just the fact that we have our cold temps at night, and they're starting to go dormant. You can keep the fruit on here, all right, throughout the fall and winter months, and it will be okay. Same thing with the cadota. All right, guys. So, like I was saying, I don't know what happened, but hopefully you can see. I'm gonna start over. This is the fig, okay, and it's starting to droop the leaves, so this is going to be going into dormancy. You can prune your branches, especially here in the Central Valley Zone 9B. You can go ahead and prune once the leaves are done. And that's in West after our hard frost, but usually in October. I did this with the leaves on. It was like the second week of October, and we did a pruning, which you see here, okay, from like almost 2 years ago. And this is what has grown. Last year, 2019, we did not do any pruning, and this is still the remains of those branches. So I might just go ahead and prune some branches off this year. But as you can see, even with the cadota, again, there's still fruit, main crop, okay, for both varieties of the desert. But when you don't prune, as the growing season progressed in the spring and the summer, this is what happened this spring and summer, guys. This decided to grow late and starting to fruit even late in the season. So, not normal. Well, it is normal. Let me take that back. It is normal. When you leave things alone, same thing for them brown turkey. And there's one down here in between the mulch. 1, 2. This is 2 right here. My finger is at 3. And we go up, and then you know there's approved brown turkeys. For those who don't believe me, here's another branch here, and this is what you get. Okay. Next to that is a flameless red seedless grape, a grape variety to start with for those new grape growers. That's one interested in growing grapes and for their home, a great variety to grow with a nice trellis. This is not the proper trellis, guys, but this is what you see here. All right, and now we're going to go to our citrus very quickly. Standard Washington navel, no fruit. This is a young tree, guys, so that's why it's not fruiting properly. Same thing with the single nut of blood orange. It's a baby still, guys, but the leaves look great. It fruited, dropped this fruit. It was not ready to go into maturity of fruiting for us in the proper way. The new improved Maya lemon. We replaced this one with the old one that you just saw that video just recently. But here it is, okay, with the buds, okay, and a piece of fruit for next year. More blood orange, okay, with the branch and a piece of fruit here. And so we may have to prune this branch off that we try to air layer. As you can see the damage there. It looks like it's trying to heal itself, but I don't know. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off, actually, and try to probably try to grow a cutting. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Right here is the zinnia. Okay, so for those who are interested in growing berries like a raspberry and blackberries, I prefer, in all honesty, bush type, because this right here is what you get. If you really want a trellising type, just make sure you have the right type of trellis when growing in containers, especially in a grow bag. A lot of people use the wooden varieties, but you also can use a metal variety, and you could use a stake But in all honesty, if you're not interested in a trellising type like this raspberry here, there is a variety called the erect variety, and this only the difference is between this one and the erect. I'm gonna show you right now. The Iraq is this variety, which is the black statin blackberry, but they also have a raspberry like this too. And basically, the canes are basically more thicker and stiffer, where you can handle trellising it up properly. It says it don't need a trellis, but in reality, it does. So that's that variety. But a bush type will be like your raspberry shortcake or your blackberry shortcake. Okay, here is another old green bell pepper that needs to be overwintered this year for the first time. Okay, that's that, and it needs to be harvested. Next to it is the our stone fruit, which is this one here is the Santa Rosa plum. Next to it, flavor grenade, closely together to keep each other warm. And we got to mulch these two containers. Same here is the raspberry. I mean strawberry. I'll be on strawberry with companion planted with a scallion. They love each other. They give each other strength, and then we also propagated our strawberries here in our tree collar and strawberry container. These tree collars are the Moret tree collar, a grain type that's very, very delicious, I heard. So this is our first year growing a perennial tree collar. Uh, they're they're pretty good and delicious from what I hear. So I wanted something another perennial vegetable in our garden. And so our son, he loved collard greens. So next to it at collard green, this collard greens a tree collard right here. That was grown indoors. These right here were grown directly from seed inside this cool culture strawberry container. So we're trying to propagate these strawberries for the next growing season, trying to save some money. To be honest, I ain't gonna sit here. I like all is well when you're trying to buy your plant starts and annuals. It's great to do that, but then we gotta also make sure we save within our finances. So if you are being frugal and you don't want to purchase strawberries for the next growing season, this is a way you can propagate. And also, we are still going to buy another variety because this is a variety I want that we had not had in our garden. But the Albion is a great variety. It's a sweet variety for those who are interested in growing strawberries. Before I forget, here is the volunteer blackberry statin that came up out of nowhere from a blackberry that was thrown into this container, and this is what we have. So that I might give this away. I'm not sure yet, but let me know in the comments what I should do. Here is a sugar snap pea, and as you can see, the damage here is dead here, but it's still putting off sugar snaps, and you can see the new green growth there. Matter of fact, you can see one sugar snap pea right there, and right next to it is the white Sousa, the Brufa white Sousa done peach tree, y'all. When this thing flowers, it is amazing. I can't wait to show y'all the flowers this winter. It is amazing. So let's keep going. I want to show you our turnips from seed. See the damage? Okay, these are two different types of turnips. Don't remember the varieties, but I'm gonna let you know in the description. Here's our garlic that we're trying to grow from for the first time. It says that it needs to be in full sun. The only problem we have is that our 2x4 right here is holding up the San Marzano tomato, and I'm gonna tell you why we still have it. Nasturtium, volunteer, wood chip. We mulch almost everything back here for our fall winter month to hold up moisture and to keep our vegetables and flowers and fruit trees warm. This is the San Marzano, and the reason why we are keeping it here, we're keeping it here for the tree for the collard greens as a companion plant. They give each other strength, and for some reason we still have our basil here, but the basil is getting eaten up also by the cabbage moths and snails and slugs. So we use neem oil, and I have noticed that when you don't place neem oil or your hukuch oil or anything that you're trying to prevent pests, it gets eaten up. Okay, but they'll still eat it, no matter what. So we had some slug, like I believe it's not sluggo bite, but we have some pellets for the slugs and snails that we need to put in here. We'll do another video on that in a time. But this is the purple basil, opal basil from Maker's Creek Seed Collection heirloom. Here is a green tomato that we're trying to allow to go to fruit for us this year. A fourth time trying. But it's doing pretty good. This is from In My Gardener. And we have curly mustard. This is the Moor's Head plant starts. This is Georgia collard from seed. Mazzano in the back, as you can see right there, from seed. Rag Jack Russian kale from Rickers Creek. Here's another Georgia collard from, this is from Lake Valley Seed Collection. Moor's Head plant starts that we are going to try to allow go to seed this year. And here's some spinach that we had left over, and our yellow Euro artichoke. Okay, green globe. Here is the this variety, the velvet. Two of these, one here, one here. I call it the spinach artichoke dip area because we have a volunteer tomato. That's not part of it, but here is all our artichoke, 7 gallon, 5 gallon, 5 gallon. Then our spinach in the below. And here's another artichoke. Right next to it is our Aurori Satsuma, Mandarin Orange. And then this is our compost that needs some help. And we got two more things to show you. And that is our moringa tree that's in a 15-gallon container that needs mulch, and that has to go indoors today. Temperatures drop dramatically, and so it's supposed to get hot again like in the 90s, but I don't want to take any chance, and it's about close to 6 feet, or 5 feet really, because if we didn't have it in this container, it'd probably be a little bit shorter than that. But from where I'm standing, it's close to 6 feet tall. And I'm super excited for this moringa tree that we have growing in this container. Okay, but last but not least, we have a cactus plant, a medicinal cactus plant, and that is the aloe vera. Given to me by a coworker of mine. It was growing in the ground. She had so many pups that she gave me one because I was looking. They had a shortage on aloe vera. My coworker found out and was like, "Oh, I have, plenty of them. You can have one." And I'm grateful for it. So it was growing in the ground. We put it in this container. But funny thing is, I saw this by Grow From the Network. The same plant that was growing next to theirs is growing next to ours. So if anybody knows what this plant, please let us know. All right, I appreciate it. And thank you all for that. But let me just show you guys again. Show you how our garden look. It needs to be swept back here, but this is our garden. And remember to purchase your frost blankets, your Agabon blankets as well, for your vegetables and fruit trees. This Agabon here is great for keep away the snails and slugs, but make sure you use your pest, your neem oil, your horticulture oils, your snail bite, or you can use your beer, and you can put a tuna can or a cup, small little cup, and dig a hole if you're gonna use a cup, and place it there so that they can drop into that cup, the snails and slugs, so you won't have no damage. But in reality, we need the pests for the beneficial insects to come and do their thing in our garden. But it's a pain in the butt, y'all, especially when it comes to your brassicas and cruciferous vegetables. And you gotta deal with aphids as well. So, y'all, I thank you all for watching. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to our channel. Thank you to everyone who has supported our channel down through the years. Please help us share this video if you're interested in growing in containers. I'm NJ Cali Gardener, and thank you all for watching the NJ Cali Gardener's YouTube channel. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace.